Haven't opened it yet. First time. Let's see. Cutting fluid bottle. Probably the holder for the cutting fluid. Handle. Probably, oh, yep. 3 handles. Boom. Instruction manual. 3-year warranty, registration, another couple $100. Wanted to get some cutters, and this is what we'll be cutting some holes in this table with. Discovery. There was a little black box in the corner of this case here. It has all kinds of goodies in it. I thought there was more to this than that. Strap. Do not know what for. All kinds of doodles here. Boy, I love this table. Really love this table. This would be a spindle, R8, not R8, a drill chuck spindle for twisty bits. Nice. Very nice. So this goes like so. And that would go in there for twisty bits. Let's see. Aha. This screw. This goes in here. Like so. I don't think I really need to tighten it that tight. I think hand tight's good. It's got an O-ring. So that just hangs on. And that valve's out of the way. Goes right in there. Lots of Allen keys. Everyone loves giving you Allen keys, and it's funny. I've got 1,000 of these things, and I hate having them. All these extra, I end up throwing them away. But while I was looking before I found that box, I was like, "What? They don't give you an Allen key?" And it's like, come on, dude. You've got like freaking 1,000 of those dang things. Gosh, dang things. Pardon me. But oh, that's no fun. I hate it when those are on the back side and you gotta use the really is starting to actually frustrate me. Let's see if we can turn this. Yay. Way better. This strap is befuddling. What the heck would a guy want a strap for? Let's see what they call it. Safety strap. Oh, maybe they want you to strap this thing down in case something goes sideways. Strap her down.
In the event of a power disruption or failure of the safety chain strap ensures that the machine remains in place, attached to the workpiece. As a crucial safety feature, it must be securely attached to both the machine and to the workpiece before beginning cutting operations. The strap or chain must be correctly fitted, preferably passing through the machine's carrying handle. The safety chain strap should not be used as an alternative to the magnet for clamping purposes. Well, that's a duh. Oh, no duh.
Alright, well, we're going to give this drill a test here. Just clearing the chip here. Boy, that thing cuts nice. I'm gonna grab some hearing protection though. Thing is super loud. Guess that would be to be expected though, considering what this thing is doing. Well, we are at least halfway there. All right, well, the drilling process is going rather quickly and smooth. The one thing to keep dropping this in there, I keep having to lift this, put some in, bring it back down, lift, bring it back down, etc. And this is rather expensive and really thick. You can see It's almost like the consistency of a thick syrup, and it won't go in the tank. The other thing to know about this is that this pin is actually what lets the fluid, cutting fluid, come through, along with centering it. An important aspect of centering this device is that when you bring it down to center and we throw in the magnet, the biggest thing is that from both directions, you want that pin, see how that pin's being moved back ever so slightly when I drop it down. So that means it needs to come forward. And then from this side, let's see. It might be ever so slightly being moved to the right, but that's about as close as I can get. All right. Remagnetize it, double check. 0 pin movement. And that's making an assumption that that pin is holding center correctly, which if it's not, I have no recourse. There's nothing I can do. But now, the point is, using this lubricant, I would have to dump it over and over and over again. So I went over to Ace. They did have some thread cutting oil. Feels rather viscous. So I'm actually gonna hook that bottle up to the machine and we'll see how that works. All right, well, we filled that bottle up. It almost, this 16 ounces almost fills that. I mean, it fills it and it's almost empty. Words. So just for knowledge, now the instructions say it immediately started to flow down. It says to adjust this valve here to determine how much fluid you want, and then to just keep pushing this in and out, maybe squeeze the bottle to get it to flow down. But it did flow really well immediately down, and I could see it starting to fill up inside here. So not exactly sure why it isn't flowing yet, but we'll just keep messing with it until it, oh, there it goes. So now it's flowing and we can start cutting. That's cutting really, really well. And if you could feel it, it's so smooth as it cuts through. I'm impressed versus that other cutting lubricant, having to keep at it. It was only smooth right in the beginning. Looks like I do have a leak on this handle, which is a little frustrating. But anyway, let's keep going. We're almost through. It is warm for sure, but no warmer than the other plugs that I had. That was a lot easier, faster to get through. I think I am letting too much fluid through right now. I'm going to try backing it off. First thing, let's talk about this guard. I can see that it does help control the oil and everything, but on a material this thick, you can't clear the shavings very easily. You're like picking in there, and it binds up in there and starts whipping around, and then it just doesn't work for this particular purpose. So this thing, for what I'm doing right now, no good. If you were trying to control things in a thinner piece of material and kind of a cleaner setting, that might be good to control the oil splatter and things like that. For the method that I used the first time, when you saw all that first row of cutting, on that last row I started kind of bouncing the bit a little bit, and it controlled the shavings quite a bit better, and I didn't have to stop and unbind anything. So I'm going to show you that on these last 3 holes, how I was able to change the method that I was using, and you'll see it cuts much faster, much cleaner and cooler. So let me show you that now. So as you can see, that's very fast, very smooth. And I wouldn't have to stop once to unbind it. Move on to the next one here. So kind of got to stay moving with the oil flowing like this. Again, just centering that pin. myself there. The point, I'm trying to hustle here. The point is, what I wanted to show you on that one was you could see it smoking. And that is, I was doing that intentionally to show you what not to do. Definitely do not want to see smoke. I want to keep things nice and cool. And yeah, the first one I was going really nice and easy. Second one, you can see there's a lot longer shavings. Yes, it's faster, but do not want to do that at all. That's not a good thing. Let me grab a new glove here, and we'll get this third one. I'm going to go back to the first method, and you can see the difference in what I'm talking about. Well, we are done. We cut a lot of holes. All right, final thoughts on this thing. It's bad to the bone, man. I love it. It works great. All disclaimer, I have nothing to compare it against. All I know is it drilled 36 holes through 1/2-inch plate steel with that annular beautifully. I would like to drill some larger holes with it to see, because it's supposed to go up to 1 1/8 inch. Which is a big hole through steel. The only minor complaint I have is that it doesn't have a place to hold the key for the bit, but that's just a dumb complaint. And the only other semi reasonable complaint Is it that valve leaking for some reason? Though that valve leaking might be, it just needs to be tightened or something else. I actually didn't even try. Anyway, another successful journey down another rabbit hole. Rabbit hole junkies, man. It's in the name.